Harley Benton PB-50 precision bass, vintage style bass. Very nice. Ordered this on Monday morning from Thomann, the German retailer. It's arrived literally just a few minutes ago on Friday afternoon. So pretty quick delivery, pretty nice bass. What's really cool about it is that it costs less than £100. In fact, I think I paid €85 for this, with €10 for international shipping, which is brilliant. So less than 80 quid really. So yeah, it's a sort of Fender early 50s precision type bass. The reason I bought it is to do some modifications. I wanted a vintage style instrument, but I haven't got the money to buy either a Sting Signature Precision, which is based on the original 50s one, or even a 50s custom shop one. You're talking a lot of money for less than £100, and I think with the modifications I want to do, I can do this for probably around £100 all in, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nitro cellulose amber tint on the neck, because although it looks lovely and it's nice, phone went into power saving mode then, although it looks lovely with its nice plain sort of unfinished maple, well there's a kind of a finish on it, but like a very dry finish. It looks great, doesn't look very vintage, so I'm going to put an amber tint on this. Going to leave the back because it's nice and playable, that nice sort of dry finish. I'm going to modify the headstock, going to reshape the headstock into a more traditional Fender 50s type shape, which looks a bit like a Telecaster headstock. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change the bridge, because the bridge is a high mass bridge, which is really good, really sturdy, doesn't look very authentic. So I'm going to get that off and put a traditional type Fender bridge on it. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some round wound strings on it as well. It comes with flat wounds, D'Addario flat wounds actually. You can't knock the quality of the strings. I think they're 105s, I'm not sure. They feel quite chunky. But I'm going to put some nice fat flat wounds on for a bit of a vintage thud as well, which will be good, which is what I want. So yeah, basswood body, the nice sort of looking grain on it. I believe the grain's a photo actually. I think it's photo flame like Fender used to do in the 90s. So I'm not sure what the wood looks like under the grain, but it doesn't really matter, you know. So that's that. Single ply black scratch plate, which is okay, not much to say about that really. It's just a bit of plastic. It's a bit not terribly well fitted there, but it's no big deal. The pickup is a Roswell pickup, of which I know nothing about. They used to use Wilkinsons in these until fairly recently. Wilkinson pickup's great. I've used them for self builds and things before. I know nothing about this one, but you know, sure, it's cool. It's a bit high. I'm going to bang my strings on that, so that's going to come down a little bit. And then the neck, yeah, nice maple neck, really nice maple neck actually. The fretwork particularly is fantastic, no sharp ends at all. Setup's really good. Fret at the first fret, hardly any movement there. You know, you just about get a business card between the strings and the frets. So the setup's great. Intonation is, it's okay. It's a bit sharp. The G's probably about the best, but they're all a bit sharp. But that's no big deal to modify that, to fine tune that rather. So that's what I'm going to do. What's weird about this bass, when I first got it, this is cold still from the UPS truck, so it's really that new. I did plug it in and played it for a little while before I started filming, and what's unusual about it is the volume control, that one, and the tone control, that one. When I first plugged it in, the tone control didn't do anything. It just turned, and it didn't make any difference. It didn't make any effect to the tone at all. So if I do it now, you can hear there is a subtle it is doing something. I've never heard of a bass having to warm up before to start working, but I'm not sure it's that. Valve amps, yes, not bass guitars. It might just be that the pots are so new they just need a bit of spinning to get them working proper. Who knows? But that tone control was doing nothing at first, which is really odd. It does now. Volume control, similarly, little issue with that. I turn the amp up a bit. If I turn that up, doesn't really go down in volume. Stays, as you rotate the knob, the volume stays pretty much at the same volume, and then just dies. So it doesn't really go down, it just goes off a cliff, which is cool. You know, I can live with that. We're talking about an £80, €85 bass here. You know, we're not talking about anything that cost £3 from the custom shop. Something like that would be unacceptable, but for a cheap as chips bass, that's the only problem I have really. And like I say, I'm going to strip it down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Tone wise then, it's kind of sounds very P-bassy, even though it's got a, you know, a traditional style pickup instead of the split one. It does sound very P-bassy. It's all about the position really, I suppose. See, bang against them pickups. So that pickup's going to come down because it's a bit high. It's okay really. It's not a fast bass, which is just as well because I'm not a fast bass player. If I wanted to do technical high speed runs and stuff, which I can't do anyway, it's probably not the best bass for that kind of style, unless, I don't know, you could set it up some different strings, perhaps it might help. But for me, I just play in a rock covers band and I just hit the strings hard with a pick most of the time. For that kind of thing, it's perfect really. So yeah, I think for a cheap bass, or a cheapish kind of bass, it's really good, and I can't really fault it other than the two little issues with the controls. But yeah, so there you go, Harley Benton PB-50 bass guitar from Thomann in Germany. Thomann if you want to look them up if you don't know them already. And there you go, nice bass. Yeah, thank you.